Hey guys, so I just had to tell you a little quick story that just happened. And I think this really demonstrates how everybody is operating under compulsion to fulfill the manifestations of everybody. I think this is a good little piece of evidence that it's not just you alone in this world, it's you alone in your universe, but there are others out there, and just like they are slaves to you to do your bidding, you are also slaves to do their bidding. And it all comes together and works together perfectly. You will think it was your own idea. This is just the only, Neville Goddard says the only place that you have free will is in your mind, taking on a state and deciding what you want and that kind of thing. And this, I think, is proof. It's not a big deal, but it's just like a perfect proof of that. I have been trying for like two decades to stop being a convenience food eater. Like, I just don't like to cook, and but yet I continuously come back more and more and more trying to like change that. Like, I just want to be somebody who cooks. I have this vision of myself as somebody who cooks, and lately I've been envisioning myself doing that more and more. And so Monday night, on the way home from work, from my office, I felt compelled to go to the grocery store and buy some stuff that I had been thinking about. I wanted to make pot roast in the crock pot, and I wanted to make some potatoes so that I could just like scramble eggs and have the potatoes that I like with it. So I bought all this stuff Monday night. Tuesday, yesterday rolls around. I was really busy at work, and I came home and I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do any of the prep work. That's the issue. Like, I just have to make time to do it and just do it. I just didn't do that for whatever reason. So this morning I was in the shower and I was like, I was like, kind of like on this beeline to work. And I was like, I should really pause. I never do anything at home before I go to work. I just get up, take a shower, and walk out the door. And today I was like, I should really make that pot roast. It doesn't take that long. Like, you just throw it in the crock pot, you throw in some, I even bought like the little fingerling potatoes, so you didn't even have to like cut any potatoes for that. You just throw all the stuff, baby carrots, onions. You don't even have to put any seasoning in, because pot roast is just with the chuck roast is so good. So I was like, I should just do that. I should just put it all in the crock pot. It'll be ready to go tonight. I can like leave a note for Matt to turn it on when he gets up so that it's like perfectly timed. And at some point during this thought process, I just said, nah, you know what? No, I don't want to do that. I have dinner tomorrow night. I have dinner plans tomorrow night. I was like, I know I'm not going to make it tomorrow, and I'm going to have a ton of leftovers that I'm not going to want to eat tomorrow because I'm going out to dinner. So I was like, no, you know what? I'm going to call my mom and just see if she wants the whole thing, because my mom cooks like every day. So I texted my mom and said, hey, I have all this stuff. Do you want it? And she immediately texted back, yes. I was already on my way to work. I had already put it in the freezer because she didn't respond fast enough. I turned around, I went home, and I got all the stuff and I brought it over to her. And my stepfather walked down in the middle. I was chatting with my mom. My stepfather walked down in the middle of this, and he started like rubbing his hands together when he saw all the stuff. And my mom said, oh, you're going to be excited. Look what Maggie just dropped by. And she said, she turned to me and she said, last night he was telling me he wanted pot roast today. He was asking me if I could make pot roast for him today. My stepfather, I have some videos early on in this channel of conversations I've had with my stepfather, who is probably the reason that the very first introduction that I ever had to any of this mental stuff. I can't remember who it was. I was either 15 with my aunt with the book Creative Visualization by Shakti Gawain, or it was running into The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, which was definitely a book that my stepfather had when he and my mom got married. He brought a bunch of these types of books with him, and I was an absolute cannot get enough of books child. Like, I had read every book in the house. So when he came in, I read all of those, and yeah, so I think that the more you read about this stuff and think about it and start to notice it, I think the more of an unintentional manifester you become. Like, you become more successful with finding yourself just having a desire for something and then having it fulfill. I've definitely noticed this for myself, even in the last few years, as I've thought about this more. There's been more focus on this in my life. I've noticed the things I want just happen more and more. So I just wanted to recount this little story because at no time, obviously, did I ever think, my stepfather must be manifesting pot roast right now. That must be why I just made this decision. It doesn't work like that. You don't know. You feel like absolutely the whole thing came from my own free will. You know what I mean? I was like, no, I'm going to dinner tomorrow night. I'm going to do this instead today. I don't want to cook this pot roast. So take this stupid example and think about all of the millions of things like that happen in every day in every person's life. It should become obvious how your manifestation will come to you. Other people act under compulsion, totally unaware that they're doing it, to make all of the little things that need to happen fall into place for this road, this path to be opened, from where you are to where you're trying to get, from the thing you're trying to have to having it, from the person you're trying to be to being it. That's how this works. I love when you get a little tiny inside look at something, when somebody, reveals that the thing you just did was a part of somebody else's intention. I think it's really cool. And I love noticing these little things. And so I just wanted to share that with you. Have a great day.